Hey everybody, Patrick with Aviation Product Reviews. I'm coming to you live from my basement. Summertime thunderstorms have grounded pretty much everybody around for a number of days. So, got one of the products that I really love. If you're like most pilots, you like to capture video of your flights. GoPro is a popular option, but what I ended up going with and have tested out is the Garmin VIRB. This is the Garmin VIRB Gen 1, so this is the first generation Garmin. It's a really nice camera. I find that I get really good quality images of it. The one thing that I will tell you that I have had issues with is the difference between windscreen brightness level and cockpit brightness level. It likes to really go after, the way I've got it mounted, the way it's mounted in my aircraft is it really likes to pick up the inside light level, and it washes out the light level on the exterior, which is not a big problem for me. I like to keep an eye on what's going on inside as I'm still finishing up my private pilot's training. So I really want to keep an eye on all the gauges and everything, and I might be able to adjust that. I just haven't played with it enough to be able to see if tilting it up a little bit will help out. This did come with a great mount and a mount system. That's one of the positives about the Garmin system, is there was nothing else needed to mount it in the aircraft. In the box came this, which is the camera itself, the battery, and a clip mount. So it clips over the top of that, and it's got a adhesive back mount, which I'll show you. I'll post some pictures mounted in my aircraft, but it looks great. It hangs upside down, which is screened down to it, upside down in the aircraft over my shoulder, so between me and the pilot and whoever's riding in the co-pilot seat. So I get a really good view of the instrument panel. I get a decent view outside, and like I said, depending on the light level, as long as we're not going into extreme sunlight, I'm able to get a good picture outside. I do have it toned down a little bit as far as the resolution, because I want to extend the life of my my SD card. I have a 64 gig SD card, which it's forecasting that I can put 12 hours and 53 minutes of video on. So I want to make sure that I maximize that. So I've got it in economy mode now. You can put different video settings. You can do ultra field of view. Economy HD is what I have. You can turn it up. That economy HD is 720 16:9 with 30 frames per second. You can turn it up to slow-mo HD 720 16.9, 60 frames per second, and 1/2 second intervals. Super slow-mo 120 frames per second at 480, and obviously 1080p, tall 1080p, which is 690, and economy HD is like where I like to keep it. I find that gives me great battery life and great economy on the camera itself. One of the other things that I really do like about the Garmin VIRB is to turn it on from the off setting. Just requires you to slide this button forward. So I have it mounted above my head. We do our pre-flight checks. We taxi out to the ramp and are sitting holding short of the runway, and all I have to do is click this button forward. Green light comes on for a second, and then it switches to red. You know it's recording. So it flashes, starts recording. There we go. So it's live recording me right now. I think it's got great picture quality. One of the other downfalls is the LCD screen is very hard to see. So you aren't able to get an active view of what your viewer will be watching. I'll show you here when it comes up. There, it is not backlit, and that's my ceiling and light. It may be really difficult to see in the video, but it's hard to see what's going on in the I'll post some pictures of this as well. It's really hard to see what's going on if there's a lot of light in and around the aircraft when you get this thing set up. But the way I've got it mounted is it's kind of set it and forget it up above my head. So I think this has been really good. I paid like in the $89, less than $100 range for it. Did require some extra equipment under this flap. You'll see an HDMI port and let me get the right lighting here. So this is HDMI and a mini USB, not a micro USB. Did require an additional product from Garmin to be able to pipe my in-flight cockpit audio into this device, but I think it's well worth it. The audio really brings another element to it. Otherwise, you'd be listening to a lot of engine noise and some mumbled talking. So I think it's great value for the money. I'll probably add another one. They've updated these, the Garmin VIRB Elite, and they've got a new VIRB, Gen 3, if you will. I know the Elite had some GPS capabilities and would be able to do some tracks and some very interesting things. This does not have that. This is for basic recording. I think it's great, and my plan is to get an upgraded camera. I'm going to put that one where this one sits up behind me, and then I'm going to turn this one around and get us as we're flying. So if anything, I'll be able to see video, facial expressions. So if you have any questions, shoot me an email, patrick@aviationproductreviews.com. I'll be glad to try to answer them. I put some links down below to all the Garmin VIRB products. Check those out. If you have any problems, give me a shout. I'll try to help you out. Thanks. Have a great one.